So the rumors were actually true. And I first saw the iPhone Air housing case leak from a Twitter account called Rumanjibu Official back in January, which I did reposted on my page. But I was a bit skeptical about the design because it was too early to believe something like that. But after watching Apple all dropping keynote event, that specific design has come to life. So I wasn't invited for the hands-on access or the keynote event. But based on Apple's official announcement and videos from the creators that actually got their hands on the devices, here's my virtual impressions of the iPhone 17 lineup, looking at the hardware, the software, the price, and what's really new to this year's devices. So this year, there are 4 models in the lineup: the iPhone 17, the iPhone 17 Pro, the iPhone 17 Pro Max, and a whole new addition to the family, the iPhone Air. The thinnest iPhone ever made, according to Apple, coming in at just 5.6mm thick, which is pretty wild considering the last time we saw a thin iPhone was back in 2014, with the iPhone 6 coming in at just 6.9mm thick. And its design contributed to the infamous Bendgate issues at the time. But this year's iPhone Air, the build material is titanium instead of aluminum. And it is also backed with ceramic shield 2 glass for a much more durable finish. It is also 6.5 inches in size with up to 120 Hz of ProMotion display. And it gets bright up to 3000 nits of peak brightness for a great outdoor viewing experience, with an added anti-reflective coating layer for the first time. But the most amazing thing about this is how they managed to piece together the components to achieve this kind of thickness. I mean, to be honest, I'm very impressed. The cameras on this is a single 48 megapixel fusion camera that works like a multiple camera lenses in one. Then up front is an 18 megapixel center stage front camera, allowing photos to be captured in any aspect ratio with precise quality. Then when it comes to the battery life, Apple didn't give out exact numbers, but they did say it is an all-day battery life. However, right after that, they introduced a new MagSafe power bank that, when used together with a phone, gives you up to 40 hours of video playback time. Really, Apple? Really? It also comes in 4 nice looking colors also, which are space black, cloud white, light gold, and sky blue. And all this is powered by the latest A19 Pro chip. However, there were some trade-offs that came with this particular design, like there is no physical SIM card tray, meaning it is eSIM support only globally. And the single 48 megapixel fusion camera. There are no double lenses or triple lenses here, just one. But we'll see how well that holds up. Just keep an eye on Zach from Jerry Everything for the durability test. Then we have the base iPhone 17, which features a slightly larger 6.3 inches Super Retina XDR display with a slightly thinner borders. Also supporting up to 120 Hz of ProMotion display that goes all the way up to 1 Hz for the always-on display, which is the first time a base iPhone has ever gotten a Pro feature. But for the average user, it is not going to be so much of a difference. It also got 3000 nits of peak brightness for outdoor viewing, backed up with a ceramic shield 2 glass for 3 times scratch resistance, with an added layer of an anti-reflective coating to reduce glare and improve viewing experience. Then powering it up is the latest A19 Pro chip built on an advanced 3nm technology with a 6-core CPU and a 5-core GPU, offering up to 20% speed over the previous year's iPhone. You also get up to 8 hours of video playback time compared to the iPhone 16. However, this is Apple's lab testing result, so for the real-world use case, definitely keep an eye on the creators that actually got their hands on the device. Then for the cameras, you get a 48 megapixel dual fusion system with the capabilities of multiple cameras in one, being a 48 megapixel main camera with a dedicated 2x telephoto, and also a 48 megapixel ultra-wide fusion system with a 12 megapixel macro, offering a much more clearer close-up shots. Then up front, you get an 18 megapixel center stage front-facing camera with a square sensor, enabling photos to be captured in any aspect ratio without losing much quality. And honestly, this is great. So meaning you can now take landscape photos without you ever needing to rotate your phone. And especially if you find yourself in situations where you have to take group photos, whereby you have to rotate the phone before you get all the subject into the shot, you can now hold the phone vertically like this and just switch the scene, and you can capture everyone into the scene. So yeah, I think this is great. It also starts at a base storage of 256 gigs, and they also maintain the same body design as last year's iPhone 16. Then for the Pro models, this is the second redesign we've seen on an iPhone since the iPhone 10 debuted in 2017. With a unibody completely made from aluminum covered by ceramic shield 2 glass for a better heat dissipation. And for the first time in an iPhone, we got an ionized liquid vapor chamber to help distribute heat throughout the entire unibody of the phone for a better heat management system. And because of the aluminum material select for the build choice, they were able to create three stunning colors, which are refined silver, elegant deep blue, and cosmic orange. And for real, this is the most standout color I've ever seen on iPhone. I mean, even if you still don't like iPhones, I mean, you gotta give credit where it's due. This color is nice. So yeah, three colors this time around, no black. It is also powered by the A19 Pro chip, but this one has a 6-core CPU and a 6-core GPU, delivering up to 40% sustained performance over the iPhone 16 Pro. And as I mentioned, these are the lab testing results from Apple, which might vary in different use cases and factors. So definitely keep an eye on the real world benchmarks from the creators that actually got their hands on the devices. Then for the battery life, you get up to 39 hours of video playback time on the eSIM only models, since the space for the physical SIM has been utilized into the battery. And as always, no exact numbers have been provided. So whether it's 4,000, 5,000 or 6,000 milliamp hours of battery, we have no idea. But we'll get to know about that when the devices finally gets rolled out. Then for the cameras, same as the 17 and Air, it has an 18 megapixel center stage front-facing camera. And for the first time, a triple 48 megapixel fusion rear camera system arranged on what they are calling the plateau, with up to 8 times zoom on all the lenses and up to 40 times digital zoom on the telephoto lens. Then for videos, it shoot up to 4K at 120 frames per second in the usual formats. But this year, there's ProRes RAW capture that has been added to the capture mode, which is like a cinema level recording mode. So no need to panic about that. It's not everyone that's going to use it. Also, all the models start at 256 gigs of base storage, and they are the same price as last year, with the 17 starting at $799, the iPhone Air at $999, the 17 Pro at $1099, and the 17 Pro Max at $1199. And then also you can get up to 2 terabytes of storage configuration on the Pro Max, which is the first time on an iPhone. But for the regular users, a 512 or 1 terabyte should be enough. No need to upgrade to 2 terabytes. Unless maybe you use your phone for recording high quality videos and stuff. So yeah, a 2 terabyte should be okay. But for the average user, the average users, a 512 or 1 terabyte should be enough. So yeah, that's been it. These upgrades what enough for you to finally upgrade, or you're still gonna stick to whatever you are using? I mean, let's talk about that in the comment section. And be sure to hit the subscribe button and follow for more. See you in the next one.